guys. Today we're talking about to-do lists. What if your problem isn't your time? We talked about calendar last week, but what if your problem is your to-do list? What if the reason you feel behind every single day is because you're bad at time management? But maybe you're not bad at time management. Maybe you're not disorganized. But is your to-do list realistic? Today, I'm going to show you that decluttering your to-do list actually what it looks like and why it changes or could change everything, if you know what I mean. So you're just going to have to stay with me. My name is Carrie. This is Fullerton Professional Organizing. This is the channel where we help you declutter your faith, your home, and your business. Busy families and professionals here in the Rio Grande Valley is who we serve in person. But I help you virtually if you do not live in the valley. If you don't live here, you still can get supported by me through virtual. So we're not about being perfect and we're not about shame. Today, we're organizing something you can't see sitting on a shelf. It is your to-do list. All right. So that is what we're talking about today. Decluttering your to-do list might mean removing some tasks that do not belong in this season. You know, we have baby seasons as moms, we have school seasons as mom, we have business seasons, we have empty nest seasons, we have stressful seasons, we have all kinds of seasons in our life. So it means cutting and maybe delegating, delaying, and refining what actually matters. You may have to spread out some of your to-dos throughout the family. Most people think productivity is about doing more, but it's not. Sometimes it's about slowing down to get more done. It's about carrying less load. Why your to-do list can make you feel behind. Let's be honest. Most to-do lists are too long. Plus, sometimes we make these to-do lists and we think we have to do everything on the list, when really the to-do list just lets you know what needs to be done. It doesn't say it has to be done now, right? Most to-do lists are too long, too vague, unrealistic, mixed with goals and dreams, filled with other people's priorities and to-dos. When your list holds 35 items and you finish 6, your brain registers that you failed, but you haven't. It's just a list. Even though you worked hard all day, that's not a work ethic issue. That's a volume issue, too much to do issue. Now, I've worked with a mom who had a running notebook list. Now, lists are not bad. Don't think they are, because they can be very, very helpful. But it included deep cleaning baseboards, organized kids' closets, meal plan, schedule the dentist, finish baby book, repaint hallway, start a side business. All on the same list. Now, most to-do lists are daily. This is a today list, But that did not sound like a today list. That doesn't sound like something that she can get accomplished in one day. So she felt behind every single day because the list never ended. We didn't need better planning necessarily. We needed boundaries around that to-do list and rules, and we'll get to some of the other things. All right, so I see this constantly with also entrepreneurs. Their list may include responding to every single email, updating their website, posting on social media throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, create new offers, bookkeeping and networking, learn a new system, design new branding. Everything feels urgent, like it needs to be done right now. And then nothing gets finished. Growth starts to stall. Not because they aren't capable of growing their business, but because the list is overloaded. You have too much on your plate, too long of a to-do list, and the to-do list isn't categorized, it isn't organized, it isn't planned out in a way that you can get it done and feel like you've accomplished something. So if you feel behind, pause. It doesn't mean you're failing. You are likely managing more tasks than one human can complete in a normal work day. Decluttering your to-do list is not quitting, it's choosing wisely. So here's what you can do. There are 4 types of tasks on your list. There's the daily maintenance, there's projects, there's someday goals, and other people's expectations. When you mix them all together, it feels impossible. We have to separate them. Now, tonight, write everything down. Make a brain dump. Everything that comes into your brain, dump it all out, write it all down. This is not a to-do list. This is a brain dump list. It's 2 different things. Then divide into must do this week, or you can go even simpler. Must do tomorrow. What has to be done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the important things are done first. Then important but not urgent. Delegate. Not necessary right now. Those are the 4 categories. Some people put it like this: the must do are the things that make you money. The important but not urgent are things that you don't like to do, but they make you money. The delegated things are things that just need to be done, and you can delegate them to other people. And then you've got the not necessary right now. Those are, it's all the same. I just phrased it a little different. You'll immediately see how much doesn't belong in the to-do today, the today. And I like to now categorize it through the 7 days of the week. The top 3 things that you have to do every day. Now, in business, focus builds revenue. Scattered effort builds frustration. When you narrow your list to what makes you money, what takes care of the client, customer service, and one growth task, you move forward. When you try to do 17 improvements at once, then you start spinning your wheels. It's like nailing one foot down and saying run, or, you just running in circles. Now, at home, shorter lists can create peace. When your daily list includes only make sure my family is fed, make sure my family has clean clothes to wear, and one tidy sweep a day, you win the day. When it includes reorganizing the garage and repainting the guest room and everything that pops into your head, that whole brain dump becomes your to-do list, then you lose before you've even started. Now, some tasks are rooted in right now, not necessity. House must look guest ready at all times. Post daily on every platform. Volunteer for everything. Now, ask yourself, is this required, or is this just something that I think people expect or makes me look good? Cut the image tasks first, the things that you think are expected of you, but they're not who you are, right? Now, the rule of 3 for both business and home. Choose 3 priority tasks per day. We kind of touched on it, sprinkled some, but now we're getting to the nitty-gritty. 3 priority tasks per day. Only 3. If you finish those, you win. Anything extra is bonus. Now, when it comes to business, like I said earlier, those 3 have to be money makers. All right. This will remove the constant failure feeling because you accomplished the most important 3 things of the day. Now, if you can get more done, you can get more done. But those 3 things are a win. Now, your to-do list and calendar, which we talked about last week, work together. If your calendar is full of meetings, your list must shrink. You cannot book a packed day and expect to finish deep work. So match overload to your available hours. I mean, your workload, not overload. Match your workload to available hours so you don't have overload. Many people keep long lists because it makes them feel productive, but a long list that's never gets finished builds shame. You can have the brain dump list, don't call it a to-do list, and then from that, take the most important 3 each day of the week. And I've created a calendar for those that need it that you can do that with. Now, the short list builds momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Of course, when you feel like you're winning, you feel good about what you've done. Start by cutting outdated goals, old unfinished projects, tasks that you dread and avoid, things someone else can handle. Relief follows after you remove those things. You just feel lighter. Just like decluttering a closet makes you feel lighter when you get dressed in the mornings. Now, today we learned long lists create constant failure in your mind and overwhelm. Decluttering your list means removing, not rearranging, but removing. Separate your daily tasks from your long-term projects. Focus on only 3 priorities. You got the brain dump list and you've got your to-do list. 2 different things. and match again your workload to your calendar. And remember, when we talked about calendar, we blocked out some white space so you can breathe. Okay. So you don't need a prettier calendar or a calendar with more things in it. You just need fewer commitments on paper. Now, you are not behind. You may just be overloaded. When your list shrinks, your peace grows. Now, if this helped you, don't keep scrolling. Comment, focus. If you're ready to declutter your to-do list this week, subscribe for practical strategies that make real life easier. And if you need help creating systems for your home or business, reach out. I would love to help you build something manageable. Your list should serve you, not control you. All right. I hope that helps. I'm going to say this again. I've said it many times, but his yoke is easy, his burdens are light. And if it's a burden and it's not light, then we need to make some changes and make sure we are doing the most important things first. All right, guys, see you on the next one.